Hello, and welcome to the next episode of March Mad Hot Air Plays Outer Wilds. So in terms of the plan for this episode, I don't think we need to go back to the Ash Twin. I do have another idea in mind, but I want to check our ship's log to see if we're missing anything before we go on. Ash Twin Towers. Oh, okay, so the towers that are on Ash Twin and also were mentioned in mentioned about the Ash Twin project, I think, in some of the Nomai rating from last episode. I didn't make the connection that the towers they were talking about were probably the towers that we were actually in. But let's see what we have to see here. Another thing to note is that this is entirely separate from everything that we've seen so far. Also a different color. This is all orange. So possibly has absolutely nothing to do with anything we've seen, which would fit about how much of I understood about it all. So we're definitely going to need to see what the log has to say. Several large Nomai towers form a ring around Ash Twin's equator. Okay, we got that much. The White Hole Station was used as a model for these towers, which were built for the Ash Twin project. Okay. Somehow these towers were derived from the White Hole Station? They're all pretty different. I'm not really sure what exactly about them was all modeled from the White Hole Station. Black Hole Forge. The Nomai crafted warp cores at the Black Hole Forge before delivering them to Ash Twin. Okay, so the warp cores, I think our scout is equipped with warp capabilities, right? So maybe this is what they're talking about with their ancient Nomai technology. Sun Station. The Nomai built something called the Sun Station, but not everyone supported its construction. Right. I forget the name of the Nomai, but one of them did not support it. I remember reading that and was kind of arguing with someone who did. Makes me wonder if this might have been the catalyst for whatever factional or schism that happened that caused these two factions that were both competing and racing to find the Eye of the Universe. Okay, the White Hole Station. The towers on Ash Twin were modeled after the White Hole Station. Okay, we've heard that before. I guess that's... Well, no, we have the High Energy Lab. The Ash Twin project was planned at the High Energy Lab, a building with a large solar panels on Ember Twin's equator. Okay. Well, since we don't know where the White Hole Station is, I think the best option for us to pursue, or the best approach for us, might just be to head to the Ember Twin while it's still early in the loop, and while everything on Ember Twin is still accessible. And this time around, let's try to get the right one here. Let me see if we can not ram into it. That would be ideal. Okay. Also, do not want to activate sticky keys either. Okay. Okay, also don't want to ram into Ash Twin. That would not be optimal. Okay. Okay, this looks like it's something. I suppose we could set down here if I manage to get our landing right. Okay, that. Okay, honestly, not half bad. Could have been a lot worse. Okay. Make sure we grab our suit here. Open our hatch. And I think the thing we saw was up here on this ridge. Up here, I think. Right. Okay. What is this? This looks like Ash Twin and Ember Twin here. I'm not sure what the rest of this is about, though. Or doing. These look like planets. Yeah, okay, so this is just pointing to the different planets. So we've got Giant's Deep here. We've got Timber Hearth over there. Brittle Hollow. We've got... This might be the Quantum Moon, this orange thing here. Representative of the Quantum Moon. This is Dark Bramble. And I think that's it. Okay. This is kind of neat that you can kind of just track where everything is in the solar system, including the position of the Quantum Moon. Which is around Giant's Deep right now. Actually, let's see if we look down, if it, yeah, it'll rearrange to somewhere else. Right over here to Brittle Hollow. Huh. Okay, so that's a little convenient, or it would be if I had access to this thing all the time. I saw no pie writing. Here we go. Melaray. This planet sometimes, and only sometimes, has a moon. Okay. This is also of note. It disappears if no one is watching it. Isn't that a fascinating orbital characteristic? It certainly is. This is my first time encountering a natural satellite with the ability to vanish when not being watched. We should study it, or even better, we should travel there. I would definitely love to be able to do that. You gonna tell me how? I agree. Our first step would be determining a method to track this phantom moon, so that we can always know where it is. Given its reluctance to move while consciously observed, it might be a form of macroscopic quantum mechanics. Yeah, we got that far. Burr, I found your note, Melaray. Kindly count me among this moon's admirers. What is happening when it disappears? I doubt it ceases to exist. Does it move to another location? I believe so. Not only does the moon appear around Brittle Hollow, I can confirm it sometimes orbits Timber Hearth as well. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay, we got more stuff over here. Okay, let's refuel while we can. Play that. Chert's research notes. Property of Chert. Clearly the Nomai were making astronomical observations here. They chose an excellent spot. What is this big rotating device for? What was it the Nomai were observing? I'd posit there is something special about the orange symbol on that device. Yeah. Quantum Moon. Locates the Quantum Moon. HAL and the new astronaut's translator tool would be nice to have handy around now. Yes, it definitely was, and it will be useful for this as well. Let's see what it has to say. Sometimes it feels like I'm kind of rushing things a little bit. Apologize if that's the case. I'm just trying to make sure we get through some of this before we run out of time, and in particular on this planet, since exploration is probably going to be all the exploration on lower elevations is going to be difficult to access later on. The Quantum Moon locator is functioning. Okay, so this is what that is, and as a matter of fact, I think I remember them talking about the Quantum Moon locator before a long time ago. I can't even remember where I heard that. Is functioning. We have markers for each of the places the moon goes. Anona Burr, I just observed the Quantum Moon in orbit around Dark Bramble. Yeah, I've seen that too. You have keen eyes, my friend. So this moon travels to a total of 5 locations, not 4. I added a marker for Dark Bramble. I thought the locator now accounted for all all the Phantom Moon's locations, but sometimes the locator can't tell where the moon is. Perhaps there's a problem with the device. It's also possible there exists a sixth place in this star system to which the Phantom Moon travels. Okay. Okay. The implications there are that there's somewhere else besides the 5 places I've already seen, unless it's orbiting the neutron star or the comet. I'm not really sure where else the quantum moon could be. It also means that if there is a 6th place, it's going to be difficult to... Yeah, if there is a 6th place, I'm not going to be able to perform my trick with Dark Bramble after all, unfortunately. Okay. Ship log updated. Okay, I'm really not sure where to go from here. Trees at least will give me some oxygen. There we go. And that comet is really blazing by. I know they mentioned something about the high energy lab at the equator of the Ember Twin, which I'd be interested in. Is that the comet there? No, it's in... It's something else. Hang on, let me pull this out. Signal identified, escape pod 2. Distress beacon. Oh, we had a nice little lineup there. Does this mean that there's another distress beacon on Brittle Hollow? I think so. None of these other places seem to have it, though. Just Brittle Hollow. Or maybe Timberhearth, too. Okay. Let's continue. Let's see what we have going on here. Okay. We need status reports for all systems, but initial things first. Is everyone unharmed? Roos, our escape pod's passengers are afraid, but physically well, Anona. Everyone survived the crash. This is a relief, at least. You have my gratitude. Burr, were you able to find the other escape pod's distress signals? I can hear both signals somewhere in this star system, but I don't believe either escape pod crashed on the same planet as us. Okay, so there are other escape pods then. Escape pod 2. Vessel has been mortally injured. Emergency sequence activated. Are we gonna get pulverized by this sand? I have no idea where we are in relation to the pillar. Hang on. I want to make sure that we're not going to get polarized here. It seems to have passed us. Okay, I'm going to assume we're going to be okay. Okay, let's try this again. Vessel has been mortally injured. Emergency sequence activated, awaiting departure from vessel. Launching escape pod 3, now launching escape pod 2. Collision imminent. Alert, collision imminent, preparing for impact. Scanning external environment, scan complete. External temperature is prohibitively high. Verdict inhospitable. Do not seek shelter on planet surface. Why am I floating? I'm not floating. I'm not floating. How do I get out of here? There's no way out. I'm stuck in here. Okay, great. That was the sand. That was the sand coming up and crushing me. Oh dear. This planet is going to be a nightmare to try to explore. Okay, I guess that'll do it for this episode. I'm probably gonna just immediately go and try to get a little bit further. I might just try to find that escape pod again, and the distress beacon. All right, thank you all for watching.